welcome to my channel. My name is Ruby. This is Ruby in the Sky, and I have been gone a while. That happens a lot around here, around everywhere on YouTube. Let's be real, like everyone takes breaks. Some people, have uni to go to, and then also decide to spend their free time not really doing anything. Yeah, that was me. I am embarrassed to say probably will slip into that again, but I'm trying my best for now. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an explanation about what is happening around here right now, because obviously I've been gone a while. There were some videos about a certain topic that I haven't really sort of finished up, because if you've been here before, you'll know that in 2017, yes, 2 years ago, I took a solo trip to Thailand and Australia, and I was vlogging that. And that's part of that is up on my channel already. So you have the Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Bangkok vlogs, but then it kind of stopped. Like there was already a long break after I think Chiang Mai, and then the Chiang Rai vlog was like I guess a year ago or something that I put that up. So there was already a break there, but not as permanent as that one has been. So I have a lot of video material, and it's 2 years old by now, but I feel like it's such a waste not to do something with it, because it was a really nice trip and I kind of want to relive it for myself. And also, I don't know, I wanted to make those videos, so I kind of still want to follow through on that, so that's what I'm gonna do. So since over the course of that trip I filmed some things and some things I didn't, because I wasn't always feeling filming. I wasn't always comfortable like talking to a camera in front of other people, because sometimes I can feel a little bit weird, even though a lot of people know what vloggers are and stuff. It's just not always the most comfortable, especially when you're new somewhere, so you don't really know what kind of people you're dealing with or what kind of surroundings you're dealing with. It can be a little bit uncomfortable, at least it was for me. So some of the footage is purely visual, not so much audio. I was going for like a audible word, but can't find it. I have a course on senses right now. I should really know this, but whatever. So the material is gonna require kind of different approaches depending on sort of the area or the section of my film story, whatever, that I'm working with. So you can expect some sort of experimental stuff over the course of the next few videos. And I'm going to also see if I can mix in some other stuff as well, because I am not only a travel vlogger. Even though it's really fun to look at Ruby from 2 years ago, it's not all that I aspire to do. Oddly enough, I know, it's crazy. So I'm going to see if I can make some time to film some other stuff to go alongside that. I'm not going to give you any kind of schedule. I'm going to try to upload at least once a week, but we will see if that works out, because I also, again, go to university, and I've been a bit of a slacker, not gonna lie, over the past year, but I'm really trying to better myself right now, so that means I'm also spending quite a lot of time at the library. And however fun it is to write a blog post instead of the paper that you're supposed to write, yeah, I did do that. It's not recommended typically, so I'm gonna try not to do that too often. As I just mentioned, kind of in the way that I set that is I do also have a blog that you can follow. It will be in the description. I've been posting my travel diaries there, and they stretch a little bit longer than the vlogs have so far. So I think in terms of travel diaries, I've written up to the Blue Mountains, which is in Australia, so clearly that's a bit further along. So if you want to sort of skip ahead, then that's there for you if you're interested, and also some other stuff, just some random thoughts that I wrote down. So you can check that out if you want to. And other than that, let's get into this actual video that we're going to be looking at in 5 seconds, hopefully. So the last video I uploaded about my travels was a video from Chiang Rai. After I left Chiang Rai, which was I think the same day as this video was shot, I took a flight to the south of Thailand. Chiang Rai is in the north. I took a flight to the south to Phuket, and there I stayed for a few days, which actually I didn't really film, because when I was in Phuket I wasn't really having a good time. My kind of ideas of the south of Thailand were not very well founded. I didn't have any real sort of image of what it was supposed to be like, because a lot of people who go to the south of Thailand, from my understanding, go to beaches and islands. And I didn't really think about that. I figured people go to Phuket, as in the town. But Phuket is the entire island. A lot of people go to the different beaches that are also on the island. So that kind of left me in this town that was not the most... I mean, it wasn't very relatively non-touristy, but it also was, in that sense, wasn't really built to entertain or anything like that. I wasn't just having the greatest time there. So there wasn't really much to film either. I just really needed sort of to take a deep breath and hang out a bit, I guess. So I didn't do much while I was in Phuket, and as a result, I didn't film much, to be honest. I was just having a little dip. You know, I'd been traveling for, I think, 2-3 weeks at that point. 2 weeks, probably. I'd never been alone, I guess, for that long by myself. And up until that point, I also hadn't really stayed in a proper hostel yet. So I was just kind of, you know, I reached my limit of alone time a little bit. So it wasn't my greatest time. And it was sort of a stop before the next thing anyway. So it wasn't that important. So I didn't feel a need to include it in this series. But after that, I moved on to a place called Khao Sok, which is a national park. If you look at the map, it's like kind of, this archipel, I guess it's called, where like Phuket's here, Krabi's here, Koh Phi Phi is in the middle. That's going to be interesting in the next video. It's good information to retain. And Khao Sok is kind of up there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful natural, like, it's a national park. So you can kind of, I think most countries have something similar to a national park. So you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But it was a really beautiful, beautiful place. And this was my next stop. So enjoy. Hello. We are in Khao Sok, not in the national park, but pretty much next to the national park right now. I have this little bungalow that I will show you in a second, with a klambu and a fan instead of AC because I want it to be cheap. It's alright as long as you have it on the entire day. It's actually quite okay, so I'm glad I made that choice because who needs AC, right? Deaf people don't use AC. So anyway, this place, apart from the fact that a lizard was crawling across my wall yesterday and my bathroom is pretty much ant infested, it's actually quite nice, and it doesn't bother me that much because ants pretty much start bothering me as soon as they sort of get on me, you know, like when there's ants on my arms or ants on my stuff, then I get antsy. As long as they don't, like, as long as we can live in coexistence, I am totally fine with it. So that's interesting, but not too bad. Plus, I'm gonna show you now. Let's see. I have this little balcony out front. Then I have the fan over there, and there's my bed with a huge mosquito net thing over it. And then over here, there's the bathroom, which is very plain but quite spacious. And it has one of the strings. I do have toilet paper, but I'm using that anyway, so I haven't unwrapped it yet. And then here is my bathroom mirror with my toothbrush that I'm praying no ants will get on, and a little water bottle that they gave me like as a welcome thing. Now you've seen my room, so let's talk about what we're gonna do today. The answer is pretty much nothing. So I still have to book a tour for the park because I wanted to do some kind of tour, and I was really looking forward to doing an overnight tour, which would be going to the lake that is in the national park, then doing hiking and seeing caves and everything, and then at night staying there as well. So that would be in a little hut on the lake, and you would be sleeping on the lake, which sounded pretty epic to me, and it still does. But I don't think I will go for it because both money and time wise, it's just not the best way to do it. It's cheaper, it saves me some time, because if I were to do the overnight tour, I would have to probably book an extra night here as well. Plus I would spend a night that I would have spent here there, so I would pay sort of for double space. And since I was having a break yesterday, I haven't really showed you anything, so I can tell you it's pretty, but you haven't seen it yet, so I'll probably just show you around. And other than that, I think I'll just keep it really, really casual today. So what I want to do now is get some smoothies from one of the 5 to 20 stands that's outside. So I'll get some smoothies for breakfast, lunch kind of deal, because it's past 12 because I took an easy morning. And I would like to film some videos, I think. So what I'm gonna do is just take it slow, maybe go sit in the river for a bit, because there's this place apparently at the end of the bungalow path where you can get into the river, so maybe I'll do that at some point. But overall, just keep it like an easy breezy day, and then tomorrow do some hiking in the park with people. Yeah. And yet another day has passed. I do have one interesting story though. I'll keep it really short because I have to go to bed soon, because tomorrow I and this camera are going on a tour. And I have to be there, well, technically 8:30, but if I go there at 8, I have the possibility of a bowl to put the cereal in, which is kind of nice. So I think I'll go there at 8. So I have to be up early-ish. But I had dinner this night, and I went to dinner, sat alone at a table in the corner of the restaurant that didn't have a thing over it, a cover over it or anything. So I sat there, and by the time dessert time came around, I wasn't gonna take dessert, but by the time dessert time came around, the people sitting sort of next to me, they were like, yeah, come join us. So I sat with them for a while, and they were very nice. We had a little bit of conversation. Turns out the man worked for Monsanto, which I thought was a interesting twist. So we talked about that for a little bit. I don't know enough to have proper taken out and more of this. I feel like I could have done more with this fact and this information, but it was very interesting nonetheless. I told him how I felt about his company, which is mostly, I get GMOs, I just don't really get the political part of it. Part he sort of not necessarily denied, but I guess denied, and the other part he just sort of ignored. And then he paid for my dinner. Very nice guy. And a very good story to tell, I would say. I think that was it for tonight. I met someone from Monsanto. I didn't have dinner entirely alone, and I had dinner for free. Sounds like a pretty good tally for today. I think I'll leave it at this before it gets any worse. So I'll see you in the morning at the boat part of the thing, probably. Okay. So my final full day in Khao Sok I spent at the national park, and it was a beautiful experience just to see this new and different kind of nature that I hadn't seen before. Just walking around along the trees and floating around along the water and just being there. It was a really, really nice experience that I'm so glad I got to have. After that day at the national park, it was time for me to move on, so I actually traveled back to Phuket, and trying to avoid my loneliness from before, I went to Patong Beach. I wasn't a big fan. I heard a lot about it. I don't even remember how, because I wasn't socializing much, but I heard a lot about Patong, so I figured it would be a good place to go. And then when I got there, I figured out why I heard a lot about Patong. It was kind of trash. Yeah, Patong was a very ill-informed decision. There were other beaches there that I probably would have enjoyed more, but I booked whatever time I had left on the island. That many days I booked at the hostel that I had in Patong. So I ended up staying there for as long as I had to. Yeah, it wasn't good. I'm really sad that that's where I have to end this, because I did have a really good time in Khao Sok. I mean, I was still having a rough time, not gonna lie, but it was a really beautiful place, and I had some really good experiences there, so I really enjoyed it, which makes coming back to Patong kind of all the worse, but it's fine. After Patong, I took a ferry, and I went to Koh Phi Phi, and that's what you'll see in my next video. So if you want to hear more about that, see more about that, stick around, I say. Not knowing if you enjoyed this video, I hope you did. I guess I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe. And then I'm going to say that I will see you again very soon. Have a nice day. Bye.